just a smile. Oh, hey, did you know that I can dance? Could we talk for a while? Well, I think you're smart, you sweet thing. Tell me your sign, I'm dying here. I got you where I want you. Yeah. Got you where I want you. Where I want you. I want you. Suffer, but don't get no rougher. Rubber the baby girl, treat me like no other. Suffer, but don't get no rougher. When they rock me, baby, put me thing on the lover. Suffer, but don't get no rougher. Rubber the baby girl, treat me like no other. Suffer, but don't get no rougher. When they rock me, baby, put me thing on the lover. I think you're smart, you sweet thing. Tell me your name, I'm dying here.
That song is from The Flies. It's from the movie Disturbing Behavior, which is really good. You ought to check it out sometime. I wanted to explain and get the definition of what simping is because I don't appreciate being called that. So I wanted to be sure that people knew what simping is. They don't know what doxing is. They don't know what simping is. Simping is an insult to any married man. Let's explain it. First of all, when I fight with women on here or men on here, or if I befriend a female on here and stick up for her, I'm only thinking of sticking up for her. I don't want anything from any of these females here. I've got what I need right here at home. I'm not interested in any type of physical bullshit with any female here at all. It never was. So let's explain what the fuck a simp really is. Let's find it. Let's see here. I found the best description of it right here. People say I simp for Molly, that I'm simping for Molly. So when I stuck up for some tea with Marie, was I simping for her? When I stick up for these other females in here, am I simping for them? No. If I stick up for a guy on here, am I simping for them? No, I have an opinion. Molly's not always right, but she's not always wrong. And she doesn't see some of the shit that people say about her. So if I go in and say that's not what happened, that's not me simping for her. That's me sticking up for somebody that's my friend. And people keep saying, well, it's not reciprocated. It's not it's none of your business what me and Molly talk about or don't talk about. First they say she's paying me. Now they say I'm paying her. Simps give away everything that they want with for attention from a female because their goal is pussy. That's their goal. You get some pussy, right? Let's just do this. Okay, let me see here. Okay.
Little a man to the lowly status of a simp? These are questions I hope to answer in this video. So what differentiates a normal person from a simp? You see, a normal person usually has multiple goals and things he aspires for in life.
Absolutely. My goals are to maintain good work, provide for my family, give them what they need so that they can rest and enjoy their day and not have to worry about things financially. And I do that. Do I not, Nicole? That's my goal. My aspiration is to take care of these three females that are in this house so that they can relax and not worry about things so much. That's my goal. That's my aspiration. My aspiration is to provide for them the best that I can.
While a normal guy may want some pussy, he has other things in his life that he strives for. A simp's only goal is pussy.
Now, that's where the insult comes in. I do not talk to these women like that. I might call you a bitch. I might call you a cunt. I might tell you go fuck yourself. I might tell you you need to go fucking die somewhere, but I'm not ever. There's never any instance. As many female friends that I have on here, there's never any instance where I have disrespected my wife, myself, or that woman by suggesting that I want some pussy. I don't do that. People know I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't disrespect my marriage. I don't disrespect my wife. I don't disrespect myself, and I don't disrespect the female who doesn't want that kind of attention from anybody on here. And when that type of attention comes my way, and I do get it, it does come my way, I'll tell my wife about it. But let's just go on. This is what a simp does.
A simp may convince himself that he has other goals, but his desire for female companionship is so great, his other goals are pretty much useless in the presence of this simp desire. A normal person might actually deny pussy because he has other things to look forward to in his life. A simp will never deny pussy. A simp will drop everything in his life for it. The sad part is that his overbearingness will actually scare off the girl that was initially attracted to the simp. They don't understand that girls can see the desperation for coochie in their pupils. This
Ben Ashworth. Need I say more? Ben Ashworth.
simp might not say it outright, but his actions, degrading body language, and clinginess scream, "Can I please have coochie?" You think a woman would be attracted to a man that looks at her simple companionship like a gift from God? A simp is like a starving lion, decrepit and weak, but as soon as it sees meat or possibilities of female companionship, he exerts all his energy in order to grab the prey. The lion will often fail because of how weak he has become from lack of food. It's the same for the simp. His lack of confidence and social awareness makes him too weak to grab any prey. The thought of coochie consumes the simp. Day and night, it runs through the back of his mind. Simps also create an environment that breeds even more simps. Think about all the girls who have inflated egos because of horny simps. I've seen some bitches that look like the human equivalent of Jinx act like they are goddesses because simps have given them a false sense of reality. If you are a woman and you give a simp just the slightest bit of attention, he will make you feel like the most beautiful.
See, these are things that I've never said to Molly. I don't talk about her looks. I don't. I don't do that. I don't see. There's no attraction there because what I see is a person, and I I like the way she handles herself when people are coming at her left and right. I like her don't give a fuck attitude, and I like the fact that she's smart enough to do controversial things on here to get all y'all talking about her, so people will go look and see what you're talking about, and then they go to Molly's channel and they become a sub. Molly is very smart. You guys think she's stupid? She's smart. She wants you to talk about her. She's gonna do shit so you talk about her. She's gonna jump on Diane's panel because she knows, and then she's gonna sit back and watch the community implode because she went up there for 5 minutes. It's called running a business. That's what she does. She's smart about it. If you don't like Molly, then don't watch her. Period. She does shit that pisses me off sometimes. Right? Sometimes she does. I don't agree with every damn thing she does. She wasn't. You know, Molly's not the type of person that would like somebody that's clinging on to her, like, "Oh, everything you do is right, and I love you. You're so beautiful. Oh, Molly, I'm so." She don't like people that do that shit, that starstruck bullshit. Well, I will have her back. Now, I've also had other women's backs on here when I felt like they were done wrong, when I felt like something bad happened to them. I'll come up and I'll speak up for them. So, if a woman is defending a male that happens to be her friend, does that mean she wants to fuck him? Know what that means? I don't appreciate being called that. Now, I'm loyal to all my friends. I've stuck up for Starlight. There's been times I stuck up for Amanda. I'm not interested in any of that from any of these females around here. None of them. I don't look at them that way. I don't think about them that way. I don't. I maybe if I was single and desperate and didn't have a committed relationship to my wife, who I love very much, maybe I would, but I don't. I have no reason to. You know, I don't have no reason to do that.
Woman on earth. Too much simptry can often increase the standards of these women that simps are chasing, which in turn makes it harder for the simp to achieve his ultimate goal. The sad part is, the longer it takes for a simp to reach his goal, the more simp he becomes. This desperation for pussy clouds a simp's judgment. His desire for this one thing makes him lose all sense of logic and social awareness. Here, let me give you an example. Let's say by some miracle, the simp gets a girl to go on a date with him. Maybe she's on a date with him because she's broken and has no self-worth, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is all theoretical. The simp wants her to be his girlfriend so bad that he skips all the steps to make that happen. Instead of feeling things out, looking for signs, and escalating things slowly, the simp might express his undying love for her before they even say hi. The simp will skip steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and go straight to step 100. A simp's brain takes leaps in the hope that the simp will reach his ultimate goal faster. This twisted brain also makes it impossible for the simp to see a woman for what she is. The simp's thought process is so filled with thirsty thoughts that there is no room for a simp to see a woman's flaws. You can be mentally unhealthy, stupid. Maybe you poop your pants every night. As long as you appear somewhat fuckable to the simp, you are his destined love. A simp belittles himself so much that he will bend over backwards for any human companionship. It can be human companionship with someone with no redeeming qualities. The simp doesn't care. He will ignore everything for his quote unquote love. What may appear to us as a normal, somewhat unimpressive girl is the most beautiful and intelligent goddess to a simp. A simp is willing to place any girl far above himself because of his microscopic self-worth. This applies to the opposite gender too. Trust me, there are a lot of female simps out there. The only reason why this video is male-centric is because people usually refer to men when it comes to the simp meme. And since this is a simp-centric video, I cannot deviate from the meme. Also, if you've ever seen a codependent relationship where both of the partners excessively rely on each other for their identity and value, then that's just two simps in a relationship together. It's not one of them is a simp. They're both simps. That's why they're like that. Let me get back on topic. If you still don't understand, let me lay out some examples of simp activity. Spending unbelievably long amounts of time with a girl in the hopes of getting action despite the obvious lack of mutual attraction. Expressing your feelings to a woman you have only seen once. Crying yourself to sleep over the girl who complimented your hair 3 years ago. Waiting on a girl who's in a relationship like her pussy is the equivalent of the Walmart self-checkout machine you have to wait in a line for. masturbating to the same girl's Instagram pictures every night with the same ritualistic intent of a devout Muslim during his 5 daily prayers, religiously watching Jordan Peterson lectures in the hopes that it will help you understand why you're not getting any pussy, publicly tweeting, masturbating in the shower sometimes makes the pain go away. These are all things simps do. The tragedy of the simp is that he thinks the reason he's not getting pussy is that he's not simping hard enough. I cry for the tormented souls that think they're not simping hard enough. The girl gets more distance, so they simp even harder, ultimately becoming an even bigger simp than they were before. This is an endless cycle of pain that only escalates the simp's suffering. For example, after a simp gets rejected, he may think the reason she rejected him was because he didn't put enough effort. He will then start simping even harder in the hopes that will lead him to success, but it only makes things worse. This is why I call it the tragedy of the simp. This cycle of rejection that leads to even more simp may seem like it's endless, but simps are not eternal. There is a term I like to use called the awakened simp. This is the state of being a simp achieves when he realizes his wrongdoings. This state comes after the simp has endured too much self inflicted pain. The pain of wanting coochie more than anyone else but never getting it. This is when a simp realizes that he needs to work on himself before he works on pussy. This is when a simp starts working on increasing his self worth and confidence so he doesn't belittle himself to chasing uninterested women. This is also when the simp doesn't try as hard, which ironically actually gets him more pussy. So, what life experiences can turn a man into a simp? Here are some examples: lack of female attention, growing up with parents that belittle you. Simps often simp because they feel worthless. That's why a healthy family environment.
I tell you, this is where this is so funny. And people know that I get along with women more better than I do with men because I have all these sisters. All right. I'm like in the youngest of them. And I have all these sisters. So I grew up around females. So I mean, that's where I'm cozy. And I didn't look at my sisters in any weird way, just like I don't look at these women here in any way. Now there are some good looking women on here. And I might tell them that, hey, you look great, but that's it. You know, somebody asked me one time, I think Molly, she said, well, if you could pick any, if you could pick any female on here, you know, who's, because we were asking which YouTuber was like the best looking, and Molly's not interested in any of these guys around. She never said anything, but she asked me one time, who is, who would you think is like the best looking around here? You know, and I said, well, Science Girl, because she's so adorable, right? And I do tell Science Girl that too. And then like Ninny and I fought for the longest, right? I never knew what she looked like because she would keep her face shown, and she sent me a picture of her one time. She's absolutely gorgeous. But that's where I leave it at. That's where I leave it at. I don't play those games. And my wife is side eyeing me right now a little bit, but she knows better. She trusts me, and I trust her. You could tell somebody, hey, you look great today. You're cute, whatever, blah blah blah. But that's where you leave it at. And the terms, and listen, I'm more annoyed with Ninny saying, well, you do simp for her. No, I stick up for her. Simps are interested in getting in a female's pants. And I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that being said because that's absolutely not true. Now, see, and that's a very sexist to assume that every man who's friendly or befriending a female is interested in what's between her legs and not what's in her head and what her thoughts and her conversation or something like that. Men can have female friends. Not all men look at women as if they're a piece of meat and just there to be fucked. And I'm not one of those guys. And I don't want to be in that category. So if I have to explain it, then I will. So if I stick up for a guy on here, like I was sticking up for John Crimes, earlier because people were saying, and I don't like John, and he don't like me. That's apparent. But if I stick up for John and say, hey, that blank screen, that's not John Crimes. People think that's John Crimes, and it's not him. Now, am I simping for him? Does that mean I'm attracted to him or something? No, this just means I'm another human being with an opinion. That's what it means. So these women that call men simps are actually sexist. That's being very sexist. You know, if you watch Wendy, the way she speaks about men, she always has some sexist remark to make about their manhood. Little boy, tiny man. Yeah, she always has something to say because she's the sexist woman. That's why I look at people like the human beings that they are. I don't care if you got boobs or not. But listen, no, I'm not upset with you. But that simping thing, no, Molly's my friend. And I'll tell you what, like if Pinky was, we were good friends, and Zero, I know Zero, and listen, if let's say you and I are friendly and we talk a lot, right, and we enjoy each other's company, we like our content, and then somebody starts picking at you, right? I'm gonna get in there, and I'm gonna say, hey, don't do that. That's my friend. Don't talk about her like that. Am I simping for you at that point? Just because you are a different gender? Is every man's motivation to get into some pussy? Look, I've forgotten about more pussy than most men have got. I'm telling you, my wife now knew me when I was single, and she knew that different amounts of girlfriends I had. She'd be pissed at me. What do you call me when you get mad at me? No, 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 no. What's your favorite word? A man whore. Why do you call me that? Well, right. And plus, when you and I were dating, you knew that I was going to seeing this girl and that girl before you and I started dating, right? So you know all about my back history with women. So you call me a what? A man whore. A man whore. Nicole and I actually, when we first came back from Colorado, one of the first things we did was visit. You wanted to visit with Trina in summer. You knew her. But anyways, so please don't be disrespectful. Hey, a dizzle for shizzle. These ladies out here that want to be respected, and they keep saying he goes after women. Don't go after a man by assuming something like that sexually. That's no. If somebody started attacking Ninny today, I'd be on her side. If somebody started attacking Tracy, I'd get on her side. All right. If somebody started attacking, some dude on here, I would try to stop that. Yeah, the term simping is it's a very sexist remark. And these women around here, they demand respect from the men. They demand it. Look at what they're doing to Wogs right now. They're making all kinds. Look, I know he does stuff, but they're making all little boy, little man. Yeah, acting like a man child. They call him all kinds of sexist names. And when he says something back, he's the misogynist. That shit's not fair. Tits out, bitches. If you could throw it out there, then don't play that woman card. Like if Ninny was to stick up for Bad Wolf, let's say Bad Wolf, they're friendly, whatever. If somebody's coming at Bad Wolf, of course she's going to be in there because they're friendly, they're friends, and they're cute together, those two. But if she was to stick up for him, and I say, oh, you just want to suck his dick. Yeah, that's all you want. You want to suck. You want him to fuck you so hard. Yeah, that would be a very fucked up remark for me to make just because she's sticking up for her friend and just because she's a female. You got to think about things before you say them around here. And then I also want to bring up another thing. We were trying to talk about, we got into conversation who that blank screen person was that comes in people's chats and says the N word and it just trolls the hell out of people. Somebody asked who that was. I said, well, I said, that's not John Crimes, because people were saying that that's John Crimes. And I don't like John. He don't like me. We fucking hate each other. But I'm not going to let somebody think, if I know that that's not him, I'm not going to let him be accused of something he can't do if I'm in that conversation. He didn't do. I'm in that conversation. So I said who that was. His name is William Cartwright, and he lives in Largo, Florida. And somebody said, oh, he's doxing in the chat. He's doxing. No, I'm not. That's not a dox. You misuse words, and then everybody freaked out over there. No, I was sticking up for somebody. They use the word dox too much around here, right around here. When you show, look, I honest to God, I put up Google Maps one time and I put my screensaver up and I took that little yellow guy and I just dropped him anywhere and made videos. I did 3 or 4 videos like that. Just walking around the neighborhood, showing around on Google Maps, just not saying a word. And people would start coming at me about doxing. And all I did was drop that guy randomly to see how people would be triggered and react. And then when somebody comes on here and says, "Go ahead, dox me, I don't care," and then they get doxed, no fucking cry. You think you can sit around and call somebody a stupid, fat, motherfucking, sorry ass, bitch ass man, right? And then they not do something in return? Fuck you. You want to play these games? We can play these games. We can play these games. So let's quit with the fucking doc shit. When y'all flocked, live chat reminder. But people throw around the word docs too much. Look, you all let FOD in here. You all didn't mind when Rel was coming after me, showing my job, and none of you minded. So who gives a fuck what you think about me doxing? I don't care. Don't care. How about don't come fucking with me? How about that? How about that? And then they won't happen. You guys that flocked over to Rel and flocked over to FOD when they were doing that shit to me ain't got no right to tell me what I shouldn't be doing right now. None of you. None of you. So I don't hear it was somebody, oh, he's a doxer. Who gives a fuck what you think? I'd rather be a doxer straight up in your face than a hypocrite any fucking day. Any day. I'm not a hypocrite. I like bombing. Yeah. You know what? Here's the thing with YouTube. If you come on here running your mouth, fucking with people, and you get doxxed for it, that's what you get. That's what you get. Maybe you want to have a better social repertoire with people instead of coming on here and say, you're a simp. Go simp for Molly. Go simp. That's not cool. If you wouldn't say it to somebody's fucking face, don't hide behind the screen and do it. Luckily, I've never had it in with anybody that's around my city where I can literally drive to their house. Because I dox them and go to their fucking house. I have had people on here say, "Hey, I come to my house, come to my house." We don't call cops, but in the Discord they say, "You come over here, I'll call the cops." Yep, I don't give a fuck. You don't like me. Mind your P's and Q's with me. You know what it is. You already know what it is. For me, I'm not sneaky. A lot of these people that say you shouldn't go real life, you shouldn't dox. And they're so against it. They're the motherfuckers that are doing it more than I am. But I just wanted to explain what a simp is. I like to ask Ninny and some of the other people that use that word that, yes, you were simping for her. No. Let's not misjudge that. Because I'm not going to be out here thinking that just because a woman is in here sticking up for a fella, that she wants to suck his dick and lick his butthole. I don't look at that as simping. I look at it as one human being standing for another one. That's all it is. That's all it is. I might be this and I might be that, but I'm not a sexual deviant. I'm not going to disrespect my wife or myself or the other person that way. If you want to see what a simp is, if you want to take a look at what a simp really is, because we do have one on here, go watch Ben Ashworth. That's a simp. And listen, I'm not upset with you. I just want to be sure that people understand that word and who I am with that word. I've been with Nicole for 15 years. One thing, we argue about the dumbest shit, but we don't argue about cheating because we don't do that shit. We don't play that shit. Simping is for a desperate motherfucker who don't know how to control his dick. And with that, I pass. Y'all have a great day. And for your haters, keep hating on Molly. Keep hating on Molly, because what you do when you hate Molly and you put up videos about her is you give her free advertising. So I guess you all are simping for free. Y'all have a good day now.